AI-powered precision. So stopping emotional trading and trade like a hedge fund is what we're going to be doing. And because I've actually got my laptop with me today and connected directly to our bots, I'm actually going to show you some of the charts live in action. So without further ado, I want to fly through this talk because of that. So hopefully some of you do trade crypto. Is there anyone that does trade crypto in the audience? If there is, stick the hand up. That's great. So whether you trade Bitcoin, stocks or futures, our bots work on these. What are we experts in? Well, we're experts in Bitcoin, QQQ, SPY, ES and the NASDAQ. That's what we trade daily. That's what we have in our live trading room. So have you ever exited a trade early? Anyone? Show of hands. Right? Not that many. Pretty good traders in the audience. That's fantastic. That's what I like to see. Well, I'll tell you now, I personally have, right? And this is why I developed this system. So 90% of traders fail, and the stats are getting even worse because as the bots get better, and they are getting better, retail traders have got a big job on to be profitable. So why AI beats human trading every time? Well, emotions. And the number of times I've lost count the number of times people in my trading room have actually taken a short at the bottom of the market because they think the market's going to go down, and the bots and the AI quantitative analysis is telling us opposite. So even the likes of Citadel have testified that AI trading now dominates the market. So why AI trading generates 3.8 times better risk? And this is just based on my own personal stats. Put simply, traders' biggest enemy is their emotions. Ken Griffin, the head of Citadel, testified in Congress that most of their trading is now automated using VWAP. Quite an interesting stat is that, because it's the most successful hedge fund in the world. So why do we use Sierra charts? Well, put simply, it's what the pros use. Lightning fast execution with the Teton fiber network and C++. It actually puts us on par with hedge funds. If you're using TradingView, which I would imagine most of you are in the audience, you're already at a disadvantage because it's slow in comparison. We can be in and out of a trade by the time you've pressed buy and not even got a confirmation that you've bought. So who am I? I'm a trader, software developer. I've spent decades in investment banking, the likes of Glencore. That's where I started my trading journey in Switzerland. At the age of 18, I'm now 51. And Deutsche Bank. With Deutsche Bank, I wrote the first, I was involved in the first foreign exchange automated trading system back in 2005. To give you an idea, we traded about 2 billion a day on that particular system. So what have I created? Well, I've created a system that is on par with what the banks use. So let's go into what building an automated trading bot looks like. And I've spent 3 years doing this. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 particular trading secrets that Wall Street uses every day that none of you know. And that is this. We need to detect market swings before they actually happen. Right, so we have a rotation bot, and I've been demonstrating it live in action on the stand, which basically identifies 94% of the major market swings in 2023. So never again watch the market reverse against you while you freeze in indecision. And we have people in the audience that have done that, but I'm not actually going to name them. It's good to see you. Our rotation bot uses advanced AI. So there's a lot that goes in behind the scenes. As an example, when we're looking at analysis as to rotations, we look at news and we look at the impact of news, and we will read in news on news feeds. We will then send that out to ChatGPT, and we'll say, right, this particular type of news has, as this is the description of the news, tell us how that potentially could affect the market. We then get back a score, i.e. plus, we're going to be going up, or down, we're going to be going down. And then we use that scoring mechanism across all the bots, i.e. the rotation bot, the delta bot, the news bot, to ascertain as to whether or not we're going to actually place a trade. So in this example here, you can see our rotation bot picks up the trade here. That gives you a 4.77 risk to reward. That goes up, it goes up 2,000 points on Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin that we're trading live. And we actually have a live trading room for Bitcoin, which again, you're more than welcome to see us on the stand. And we're risking 400. So what you're seeing here is the rotation bots there. There's a sell rotation, there's a buy rotation there. So we're getting a pullback, we're getting a sell rotation there and a buy rotation there. Now we combine this with the other bots, as in, for instance, on this bot, which we're going to come on to, the range detection bot. So every single trade that we do starts with the range detection bot. What's the range detection bot do? Well, it works out the fractal analysis as to where we're at within the swing. I.e., are we at the high end of the swing or are we at the low end of the swing? Because every trade that we do, whether we're doing a 3-month trade, whether we're doing a 3-second trade, starts with a range detection bot. Why? Because I want one of 4 outcomes. I want a small loss, I want a small gain, I want a break even, i.e. covering my commissions, or a big gain. I never want a big loss. If I'm going to institute a buy there because the trend candles are telling me just on its own that we're in buy mode, then that's my risk. I'm talking a significant risk. I can't risk that sort of money. And that's not what I'm going to risk. I want to risk what's in the range bot. When you come out of a range bot, I come out of the trade. Simple as that. And that is the key crux of what we do at Business of Traders. So we need to understand buyer and seller behavior. So again, we're looking at a particular swing. And this is the Dow as an example. Right, so basically we can see here we've got aggressive selling. That's depicted by the dark blue. We're coming into the swing low. We then see a fractal rotation here. And then basically we see a range bot paint here. So we're not rushing into this particular trade. We're getting in here, and then that's amounting to over 250 points. Because we're understanding buyer behavior. Because what I like to see, and I say this time and time again in the group, I want to see passive buying building up. What's a passive buyer? It's an institutional buyer. So we're seeing passive buying there in pink, and then we're seeing passive buying there again in pink. That's higher. So what we're saying there is we are accepting higher prices as passive buyers. That's quite important. Just to let you know, this is very current. That's from the 26th, i.e. this Wednesday. Everyone I'm showing you is this week. So we're showing who's in control. So this is without us, right? Looks cleaner though, but I love my colours, as you gathered. Now here we've got a passive pink, right? But we've got a magic candle. That's telling us we've got a lot of feeding institutions feeding in saying, I'm happy to buy at this level and stop the price. I'm happy to buy at this level and stop the price. And we're seeing that time and time again. What's that give us? Well, that gives us 600 points. What's that give us? 600 points in 10 minutes, right? So then we see here, up here, passive selling. What's that give us? 1,300 points. What's our risk? Our range detection bot. As you can see there, wherever we enter, it never goes above the range detection bot. And that's how we want to trade. We don't want to be going into a trade unless we know we've got protection, right? Aggressive buying here, range detection bot never goes any lower than the range. That's my risk. That's my risk there. And then boom, decent trades. I measure everything in points. I do not measure things in pounds. I'm not a Lamborghini trader. I want to know exactly what I can take out of the market, right? I want to take as much money out of the market as possible. But as an example here, range detection bot comes in. We've got passive pink. This is on a higher time frame, so we're 2-hour swing trade here. 93,000 up to nearly 101,000. And again, guess what? We then get the range detection bot high, telling us we're now looking at potentially going lower, right? This helps you getting out of trades. This also targets the trades, because whenever I'm in a trade, when I go in here, I'm only interested in getting out when we get a range detection high or it breaks my range detection low. It's as simple as that. I'm not interested in getting out here. I'm not interested in getting out here. I'm interested in getting out when we get a fractal rotation saying we're going to go lower. And that's how we maximize the trades. So the bots are constantly analyzing what we're doing. So we're mapping out key levels. So basically, come to the stand and see our testimonials as well. We do trade plans. So basically, what we're doing here is we're looking at trade plans, and if I go back to this slide just for 2 secs, these trade plans there, that's 1B. So we get an automatic level. So I used to manually calculate these levels daily, and it used to take me about 5 hours across all the markets. Because we've got a number of clients, we work for people that are the DAX, the Nikkei, the NQ, as in the QQQs as well, and then also now BTC. We developed this and automated this. So this is based on statistical analysis as to where we think we're going to see moves stop. 1B there is prime example. When we're getting a big move, generally 5A is where you're going to stop out. So the day plan bot is key to our success. And this is an example. Zed, and I don't know if he's with us today, he was potentially going to come. He's got a custom screen on the Dow. He got a custom screen with us back in November. He was trying to get funded, and he was like, I'm dedicated to the Dow, I don't want to do anything else. We give him his custom screen. He started on the 26th of the 12th, right, Boxing Day, and he's now funded a 200k account based on just trading the Dow, based on the custom trading screen that we've developed for him. Old saying, jack of all trades, master of none. He only trades the Dow, and that is why he's successful, because he concentrates purely on the Dow. Now, here we've got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's my favorite one at the moment because it does trade very cleanly. Now, ETH is another one that we trade as well. That's if you don't want to be trading as big sizes. But you can see here on this particular bot, this is the decision engine. It's taking all the information off all the bots. Each bot has a buy and sell mode. So if we're in buy mode, it's 1 for buy, and if we're in sell mode, it's -1. And then the decision bot takes the votes and says, right, should we be buying? We can see there we want to buy, we can see there we want to buy, we can see there we want to buy, we can see there we want to sell. The bot is working out that that is where we should buy. Now, if you covered that up and it's tanking, most people would sell. In fact, quite a few people in my group have done that before, right? Because it's emotions. It's as simple as that. That trade there takes you up over 700 points. So we have a trade management system that protects the capital. So the trade manager decides how to place the trades and automate the trades. Now, limit options just don't work. This is why we developed the range bot. I want to get in there. I don't want to miss that trade. That tells me that the orange tells me we should be buying. That passive pink tells me that we're basically holding price. I can get in anywhere in that range bot, and that amounts to another 800 points. That's how we trade. We don't want to be missing for the sake of 20 points or 25 cents. We just get in the trade if we know, as an example, we can make money statistically. So where does this work? Well, as you know, we trade in Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. We trade Apple. We trade Nvidia. We trade Tesla. We trade Amazon. We trade Google, Meta, Eli Lilly. We did that on a swing trade. We also look at the fundamental data as well. We identified Eli Lilly back in April of last year because of the weight gain drug, as in weight loss drug, and the craze, and Eli Lilly's tripled in a year. So it's a good example that this works on any time frame. So statistically, looking at our traders, using our trading system, we've seen an 83% improvement from when they've come in to basically where they're at now. Daniel's a prime example of one of our most successful traders. He'd been not successful for 3 years and he'd never made any money. He saw me trading in David Lloyd in Nottingham, came over to me and said, look, I really want to learn to trade properly. Could you mentor us? And he actually told me a story, and his story was that he was looking after his family, working 80 hours a week, and he couldn't go to university purely because he's looking after his family. He's now funded, he's now working full-time as a trader, and he's no longer working 80 hours at Amazon on minimum wage. So what do our results look like? Well, for starters, on our trading systems, we record all the results. So we record all the results. So if you did come and see us live in our trading rooms, you can actually pull up the recordings for every single screen. We do not encourage systems that have got repainting signals. I hate them. And this is one of the reasons why I do this, to validate the proof that we don't do any of that, because it's just totally wrong. So we video every screen, and then you can pull it up and say, right, I want to see this trade on this screen at this time. What happened? No repainting. It's a very bad practice in our industry, unfortunately. So this is the results on the ES back in 2023 as an example. This was the plan, rebid at 410, 40 points. $50 a point, that's a good trade. So now imagine having access to these bots, the rotation bot, absolute critical bot, the delta bot, the day plan bot, at your fingertips. Well, basically what we're looking at is we're doing a challenge to build your own trading system. If anyone is interested in doing this, then come and see us on the stand. This time, because every time we've come to this trade show, we've shown people our systems, but we've never offered anything. This time it's different. We are looking at offering a number of products. We've got a number of products for everyone, right from if you just want an entry level product, i.e. the day plan, so you want to see the day plan bot in action, and you've got a specific one that you trade, i.e. for instance gold or Bitcoin, then you've got the day plan. That's a really good way to be introduced to us. We've got an amazing show deal where if you pay 12 months up front, you're getting a very big discount. Then we've got at the other end of the system, like a scheme, like what Zed took, a custom screen. If you said, I want a custom screen and I trade Sawyer, we can have your system up and running within about 2 weeks. So, is there any questions? I'm going to switch now because I've got a little bit of time to the live trading screens, which was something that we were unable to do last time. So let's see the bots in action. So this is live on Bitcoin today. So have we had any trades? Well, the answer is yes, we have. So literally, we've got the range detection bots. Now, the way we work on the live Bitcoin trading screen, so obviously you've got a day plan. So the day plan here is potentially we're going to be looking at selling at 1B as an example, right? And we've had a really good trade off value area low pattern finder. So the pattern finder looks for the basically the value area to be identified. Now, our value area is dynamic. Most people just use 70%. We decide where we need that to be, anything between 68% to 95%. So we've got a buy level there at 79 and it's popped up to 80,000 as we speak from a passive buy. Now you can see here we've had a signal here at 7:45. This is all US time. That's coming at 80,200 and as we speak it's at 80,000, nearly 900. So literally you can see there it's popped up and it's popped up for nearly 1,000 points as we speak. We're reading delta here, we're reading order flow. You can see here we've identified in the bright green outline candles that there's actually aggressive buying on this. So at the moment you're seeing quite volatile movement in the Bitcoin, aggressive selling and aggressive buying. What does that give you? Well, it gives you these really fast trades because if you actually look at this trade That's 745 to 758. So, and live as we speak, from that signal, it's actually gone up more. So literally from that signal, we're not quite 1,000 points yet. You can see there the defined target is that value area high. You can see here the average volume is 280%. And when we've got a fractal rotation, it identifies here. So here, when we were looking at this trade, i.e. this one here, the last trade, we were risking $200 with a target of 600, which is actually made that. So you can see there, live in action, that's our Bitcoin trading screen. So how am I doing for time? I'm all right for time. So I can show you a few more examples. Is there any other markets that people like trading? DAX. The good old Eurex. Right, well, we're going to do this. We should have time to do this as fast as I can to actually build the trading system live. Because I like pressure and I like to do this. Right, so we've got the DAX. Now, what I need to do is firstly identify the day plan levels. So we're going to put the day plan bot on there. And I'm going to go as fast as I can. Hopefully I'll finish this in time. My screen is not that big over this side. So here we go. Day plan manager coming up. So we have got lots of settings on this, but we're going to just set it to automatic. So that basically, in a nutshell, we're going to let the bot decide for us the levels. Right. And I want to show you this in action. And actually, this is on a 1 minute chart. Now, I don't trade 1 minute charts. I trade tick charts. But there's quite a few of you in the audience that have been to me today and say, "Yeah, I actually trade trade 1 minute charts." Right. So that bot level, buy level, has come in, and I'm going to put the range detection bot on next. It's coming at 378, and it's popped to 444. So that is literally off that. You're talking nearly 50 points. So let's put a range detection on there. And we get that on as quick as possible. I do not trade without the range detection bot. If I had only one bot on there, it would probably be this bot. I just need to find it. Here we go. Now I'm just going to put on the free version, what we give out to the group. And there's a lot less settings than what we use internally. So we're just going to detect this only if it's flat. Let's see how we go. Right, bang on. There you go. There's your trade, 741. You come into that range detection, and I'm just going to set it so you can see those candles. Yeah, I've just drawn it the wrong way. I just need to do it under the study. And I'm doing all right for time. I've managed to do this. So with two bots there, and bear in mind we have about 120 at his fingertips, we've been able to trade that trade. Guys, the ones that trade the DAX in the orders, just put your hand up for a sec. How many points do you normally get? 50 points, 20 points? 20 points. So that's a decent trade. Look at the other level there, 468, range detection bot comes in, we're taking out at 460, we take the trade down to here, that's 70 points, boom. And then straight back in the trade going the other way. Guys, have you got any questions?
You're clearly very smart, that's very good. Is it going to be easy for me to use this being an idiot?
Absolutely. We do have challenged people in our group as well. I'm a mathematical genius, but I'm actually challenged when it comes to English. So we work to our strengths is what I'm saying. Now, if I just jump into the Discord group, and just show you the algorithm here. And let's just look at QQQs as an example. And here we go. Right, so I'm going to just show you plans as an example. So your day plan level gets automatically sent into Discord, right? And members in our group that are in the audience, you should actually be reading this channel if you trade this, hint, 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 right? Not mentioning any names. Now, here, when you get a trade, depending on the type of trade, it just tells you. So here, yesterday, and you're more than welcome to come onto the stand, and I'll show you that particular trade as to what happened. That trade gives us a 10x return on 0 DTEs on the Qs. I personally trade QQQs. That's what I do, BTC and QQQs, right? Because you can't get better returns than a 0 DTE on the market. Obviously, caveat is that's also the ones that can lose you the most money. So there you get a detection, fast order flow, because that's a particular type of trade, and then you get that to your phone or you get it to your computer, and it's up to you whether you trade it. Now, obviously on the swing trades, that's something that you can take, and you're going to have 5-10 minutes. If you're on a scalping trade, you need to be at the computer, to be perfectly honest. If you saw that Bitcoin trade there, right, and if we just literally jump back to that particular trade to see what it's doing. Right, there you go. It has hit my target, right? And look at that. This is how good we are. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but bang on the level, 81,290, it's come in and it's now selling off. Right, so we're now done 400 points from that point. Right, so as you probably gathered, I'm actually quite passionate about what I do. So that trade there has amounted to a 1,200 point trade. Now, in that instance, you have literally got 5 minutes to get into that trade, 10 minutes. So if you get that alert to your phone, you've got to respond. Or, as I always say, and I always say this to the members in my group, look, there's always another bus. If you miss that trade, don't chase it, right? If you chase a trade, it's like you're the pillock that's running down the road after that bus, and everyone's laughing at you going, you didn't get a bus. Obviously, that only happens in London. So, but you see how that trade's worked out. Now, you can see how order flow on the higher time frame here, and I'm just showing you this, it's showing aggressive buyers at the range detection high. So we're not going to look to short this on the higher time frame. We can take that scalp, but as soon as we get order flow that is showing us opposite information, we just get out. It's as simple as that, right? If I was trading off that range bot, yeah, if say for instance this range bot was on this time frame, yeah, and I'd gone short, I would come out of that and take the loss. So, awesome. 4 minutes. Any other questions? You're my only audience. Carly! You got any questions? You like it, yeah? So, as you can see now, that's working out the other way. And I couldn't have actually timed this trade better myself for the show. I have to say that, right? But as you've seen, we jumped onto the other screen. You can see it works on any particular asset. Obviously, we don't personally trade the DAX, but it just works on the same information. We're taking the quantitative analysis. We have all this data in a database. We store all our information in Superbase. We do the analysis behind the scenes, and then that gives us the information. And then we decide whether or not we're going to trade or not, based on the voting mechanism. That's how it works. Now, you can see here as we speak, yeah, on this particular time frame, so just talking about Bitcoin now, we've got a magic pink candle. So obviously that is telling us on the higher time frame, we've got a potential buy. So we'll see what happens. Obviously everyone's thinking it's now going to drop to the bottom of the earth, right? But I'm telling you, we've got this information here that we just need to take aware of. So how would I take that for this particular trade? I'm just going to stay in that trade as long as it time frames down. Simple as that. If we're going down, I'm staying in it. If that candle reverses, right, which on the high speed time frame there it has, obviously that's telling me potentially to think about maybe exiting if that then confirms and goes up. If it doesn't, I'm staying in it. So I have the rule, if there's 2 candles going down, right, and I'm in a trade going up, I get out. So, in this particular scenario, where we're at my target. So obviously here we've hit my target, so then it's not going any further, I'm getting out. I trade what I see as far as the factual information. We've also hit the target. These targets are statistics. So statistically, that is what we generally hit. And as you can see now, right, statistically at the moment, we've got 280% of the volume. So that means we're going to see us hit the target 2 a lot more. So that's why I would aim for target 2. Now obviously as it is, it's gone even further. Right, I think that's me done in it. 2 minutes, all right, well I'm going to use every minute. Any other questions? Have you got any more? Because you've been my best participant. Go on, you've got a question.
What's the risk there? It says 144 as a risk. So what it is? So is it the risk factor then is 144?
No, that's the amount. That's the physical amount. So because we trade, I personally trade on the CME and the futures, yeah? So obviously it's different as to what you trade as an instrument. If you're trading CFDs, it's fractional. So obviously if, say for instance, you were trading 10% of a Bitcoin, then you'd be risking $14. If it's one full Bitcoin, then it's 144. And obviously 2 contracts, it's double. So it works that way. So that's your initial risk, right? Then obviously you're on a winner when it starts going up. So, any others? You got any? No. I think I've covered it all. I'm really pleased that this trade's actually come, because obviously if you do a show and you don't see any price action and nothing happens, it's like you're there, well, it does actually work. Well, actually, and you're there going, honestly, it does work. Obviously, you've seen it price action, live in action today. So that's made my day, is that. Right, so if you are interested, come and see us at this stand. And I'd be more than happy to talk about you, whether it's one-on-one mentoring, whether you just want to talk about day plan, entry, or whether you want to join screen share live trading, or whether you want a done-for-you system, which we've got a number of clients that trade their own thing, that want their own trading system. You can do that with our bot. Or if you want to join the challenge and build your own trading system based on licensing using our bots, then register interest, because that is going to be our main product this year. Okay, all that remains is for me to say thank you, and it's been a pleasure talking to you all.